Cyclone Michuang barrels towards southern states. Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Odisha are bracing to tackle the severe cyclone. The landfall is expected tomorrow near Andhra Pradesh's Bapatla. But before the landfall, harrowing images are coming in from Tamil Nadu, where flash floods have wreaked havoc in the state. Heavy rains and flash floods have made lives miserable for people. Several roads have turned into rivers, with cars floating on the roads. Even ambulances are risking their way on waterlogged streets to save lives. Several flights have been cancelled as Chennai airport is shut till 9 a.m. as relentless rains pound the states. An orange alert has been sounded in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Odisha. The central government and state governments are working in close coordination to ensure relief and rescue preparations are in place. Indian Army is already deployed, while NDRF and SDRF teams are working round the clock. Control rooms have been set up. Officials have been alerted and are on high alert to respond effectively to the impending cyclonic storm. Times Now is the only channel to report from the rescue and relief operations site in Chennai's Velachery. Take a look at this ground report.
Now, this is an area that's witnessed severe waterlogging. A road caved in a few kilometers from here where people are still feared to be trapped, and teams of NDRF and, in fact, the fire services are on the ground right now as they are trying to rescue people using boats. What is, of course, most uncertain here is the fact that it's only going on to get more difficult now, considering that we have almost, hit a point where there's zero visibility here. Ma'am, I want to very quickly ask you, how difficult has it been? When was the power cut and how has it been? How have you been managing this water inside your house?
It's been from morning 4 o'clock, the power is not here. And it's very difficult to us because this is the first time we are facing it in this house, and we have kids, around 5 people. Remaining everything will be elder, so it's really difficult for us.
No one come here, no one visited here. We can call back the helpline number also. The helpline number got a busy line only. Morning itself we are trying.
Very, very difficult times here for the people in this area. They say that, no one from the administration has been able to reach them so far. The helpline numbers are constantly engaged, and the worst part being that, rains in Chennai are not going to be stopping at least until Tuesday afternoon. And until such time, of course, cautioning everyone to take care of themselves, stay vigilant, stay alert, and try and reach out to, safer places as much as possible. Cyclone Michaung has hit Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, the two southern states, in fact, bracing themselves for very tough times ahead. We are bringing you this ground report on Times Now from Guindy area of Chennai, which has been completely waterlogged. For those of you not from Chennai, this is a road that in fact leads all the way from Chennai city till the airport. Remember that airport operations have been suspended until 11 p.m. today. Having said that, of course, what you're seeing over here is the highway department authorities who have been working all day long to try and ensure that this water logging that you're seeing on this side of the road is, in fact, evenly divided even to the other side of the road. As you can see here, they're having to break down parts of this divider over here to ensure that the water flows on to that side as well, and both sides of this road can be made operational again. Well, difficult times now, as you can see, ambulances, in fact, moving here at snail's pace because of the waterlogging that Chennai, in fact, has been facing. Remember that, in fact, this entire stretch of road till a few hours ago was not accessible, merely owing to the kind of waterlogging. In fact, this stretch too has been almost shut now. Very few vehicles over here. A truck also, that you can see that's broken down on this very stretch. We'll really, of course, have to wait and see when things get better in the state as well as the neighbouring state of Andhra Pradesh as well. Cyclone Michuang all ready to, in fact, make a landfall in Andhra Pradesh. Well, the city of Chennai has been battered as Cyclone Michuang, in fact, is showing its impact over here. Bringing you this ground report right now from, in fact, a central location over here in the city. Look at this ambulance here that we're bringing you visuals of, quite literally struggling, wading through this water to try and reach a safer area. This is a street that leads up to several residential areas and shops further ahead, and this entire road, or better known as the Valaja Salai over here, has been submerged completely. Remember, the metro operations also, in fact, over here being impacted. This right here to my left, of course, is the metro station as well, or the subway, that's completely underwater. It's not going to be open today, of course, understandably so. With that being said, teams of the Chennai police, teams of the local administration as well on ground, working to ensure round the clock that people are not inconvenienced. Now, for those, of course, in emergencies, they are requested to call the numbers 100 and 1913 that the administration has put out.
And joining us at the moment is the Chief of the Indian Meteorological Department, Mr. Michuang Mohapatra. Thank you so much for joining us here at Times Now, sir. Let me begin by asking you, can you provide an update on the current status and intensity of Cyclone Michuang as of the latest meteorological observations?
Located over the west central Bay of Bengal to the east of Sriharikota, about 60 kilometers away from the coast. It is expected to move northward and hit Andhra Pradesh coast between Nellore and Machilipatnam near to Bapatla during forenoon of 5th December. It will hit the coast as a severe cyclone storm with a wind speed of 90 to 100 km per hour, gusting to 110 km per hour. And this wind speed will be expected starting from Nellore district up to Krishna district. And this wind speed can lead to uprooting of trees, small and medium, breaking of tree branches, bending of electric poles and telephone poles. It can have large-scale damage on the hotments, coastal hotments, thatched houses, mud houses, and also the old tin and asbestos houses.
Also, sir, given the uncertainties associated with cyclones, how does the IMD handle and communicate updates to the public to ensure timely and accurate information is disseminated?
You will be happy to know that over the years the forecast accuracy has improved, which has helped the disaster managers to minimize the loss of lives and property. And the recent case of Cyclone Biparjoy, which hit Gujarat coast, if you remember, there was 0 death, and India wrote a history. And we have the worst history of deaths of like 40,000, 80,000 earlier, which has been 0 now. It has been possible because of the improvement in early warning and forecast accuracy and improved preparedness, prevention and mitigation measures taken by state and central government agencies, and awareness campaign by press and electronic media, and the actions being taken by the public. So, however, for each cyclone, it is a challenge, and India Meteorological Department takes it seriously. We continue to watch and monitor and provide the information at the earliest. For example, for this cyclone, 15 days before, we told that a cyclone is expected over the Bay of Bengal.
Right. Right, but looking ahead, are there any indications of patterns in the weather that the IMD is monitoring, and how might they influence the overall weather conditions in the region beyond the immediate impact of Cyclone Michuang?
So, in terms of the impact of the climate change, it is expected that the intensity of cyclone will increase. And we have seen, based on the past data, that intensity of cyclones are increasing over the Arabian Sea. The number of extremely severe cyclone storms are increasing over the Arabian Sea, and there is no such change in the extremely severe cyclone storm over Bay of Bengal. But however, the cyclones are becoming slower over Bay of Bengal, therefore the landfall time takes more. So therefore, with the same intensity also you can expect more impact along the coast. At the same time, with the improvement in socio-economic conditions, more wealth is at stake when a cyclone is approaching the coast. It is proved with research that even though there is no increase in intensity over Bay of Bengal, but due to the climate change, there is increase by 10 to 15% in the heavy rainfall associated with the tropical cyclones.
All right, Mr. Mohapatra, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us and explaining to us and our viewers exactly what's happening on ground. And you heard it from the IMD chief himself. If you're in any of those areas which are expecting heavy rainfall or being impacted, stay indoors. That's perhaps the safest, or even know somebody who's in those areas. You know the kind of precautions that are required. And we certainly hope that the 15 days of advance notice that has been given by the IMD has helped the affected areas' administrations to ensure that people are taken out to safety and that the damage damage, if any, to property as well as the individuals is minimized to the maximum extent possible. Thanks so much for joining us on the News Hour Agenda this evening.
The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.